Hey people, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be breaking down Arsenal strikers, right? Because there's so much that's happened. There's so much that's happened from Gabriel Jesus not being involved in the Champions League squad to Gyökeres being the highest, one of the highest. No, nobody has scored more than 2 goals. So Gyökeres is the highest goal scorer in the Prem. You can't tell me it's been only 2 games, so I can't say that. Yet, it's been only 2 games, and everyone has the most stupid shit to say about him. Talking about how he looks like he's running in jeans. Jamie Carragher, right? You're supposed to be a professional pundit. You are here talking the same shit that you see stupid people tweeting about on the internet for what? Clickbait? He scored more goals than Sesko. He scored the same amount of goals as Ekitike. He scored more goals than Isak. He scored the same amount of goals as Haaland. He scored more goals than Sesko. He scored more goals than Cunha. He scored the same amount of goals as João Pedro. He scored more goals than Liam Delap. He scored the same amount of goals as Richarlison. Should I go on? But yet, you are picking on Gyökeres. Why? Because he plays for Arsenal? Same shit with Eze. Eze was the golden boy. Now he plays for Arsenal. People are talking about how against Andorra, what did he do? I'm like, what the fuck? What did Harry Kane do? This is, as I said, well, I love the fact that I'm starting to see the whole world realize that everybody just sees Arsenal as clickbait material, right? Because I don't know whether it's a case where Arsenal have the largest amount of content creators, or the Arsenal fan base is just the biggest, or the Arsenal fan base is just the loudest, right? Or it's just a case where, because everyone always only chooses to talk about Arsenal. So fair enough. We'll allow you guys. But me, I'm here to talk about it from a point of view where I'm going to try and understand what's going on with our strikers. Let's start with Gabriel Jesus, where he's the oldest striker in the club, right? Gabriel Jesus is, to me, still our best player. Ball to feet, put him on the pitch, he's our best player, right? He has this record where he's never lost a game he started. Granted, he's not played a lot of games because of injuries. But hey, that's the same way we were talking about Rodri hasn't ever lost a game. Or did you get what I'm saying? So the record is the record. Why? Because he's quality. Gabriel Jesus on the pitch, you're going to score goals because he's going to create chaos. He's the closest thing in the Premier League to Neymar and Ronaldinho. Argue with yourself. In terms of raw skill and making magic happen and doing some unpredictable is Gabriel Jesus. In terms of pure entertainment, is Gabriel Jesus. He's literally the best Brazilian in the freaking country. In England, in the Premier League, Gabriel Jesus is the best Brazilian. It is what it is. He's just injury prone. And it's a case where players like Gabriel Jesus were designed for the Champions League. So I cannot understand why we left him out and put Max Daumann in. And it's a case where, is it because he's just so injury prone, it feels like a waste of space? Because if you have the space for him, because to be fair, there's a lot of other competitions, right? He can always play the Prem, he can play the Carabao Cup, he can play the FA Cup. But because Champions League, you need to account for players that will play. So this just means they have real high hopes for Max Daumann. So fair enough, man. Hopefully he delivers. Hopefully Max Daumann has a great career at Arsenal and we're all happy and we're all, he's a pleasure to watch. And he does a lot more than winning penalties, bro. He starts scoring goals, man, because I hate the fact that every single time we've seen him, he's done some magical stuff, but so far all he's done is win penalties for us. There's a lot more games. There's Carabao Cup, right? There's a lot more things for him to do. Now, moving to Havertz, right? Havertz is injured. He just underwent surgery and he's in recovery. And it's a case where Havertz has shown us, that he's quality. There's a lot of things about Havertz that are impressive, that are admirable, and there's a few things about him that it remains to be seen, right? But then the problem is, you can't tell me you have issues with Havertz because of how many chances he's missed, right? Because the people that miss the most chances are the people that score the most. And you're only able to score the most because you are being provided the most opportunities to score. So now when we now have players like Eze coming in and Madueke coming in, and we expect that they are meant to be extra creative outlets, we expect that both Gyökeres and Havertz will eat. And Gabriel Jesus. And then when you have the maverick of Calafiori, bro, the season is just 3 games in, but it feels like there's already so much to talk about. Or is this just a football content space situation at the moment because people need to eat. People need to feed their family, so they need to keep the content coming, keep the content flowing. But Havertz, I have no problem with Havertz. And then Gyökeres, right? Gyökeres is the best, is the only player that we've got, yeah, that before he came to Arsenal, he was a bona fide superstar based on what he's done, right? He's literally the first time we've signed a player in terms of attacking player, yeah, that is something like going to sign Mbappe, going to sign Isak, right? Gyökeres is our response to Isak and Mbappe and Haaland. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he's the one that, bro, 100 goals. There's nobody in our team that scored 100 goals, fam. Nobody in our team has scored 100 goals. And you can't tell me Portuguese tax because that's just a stupid, lazy argument that I've only heard since Gyökeres got linked to Arsenal as usual. So it's really, I love the fact that people are coming up with the name, right? Arsenal deranged syndrome. That's what all these guys have when they just be chatting shit that doesn't align and doesn't make sense about my club. I love that we've given it a name and we're able to just, I wish we get to a point where when next we see some deranged, stupid shit being said about Arsenal, we just reply with ADS, Arsenal deranged syndrome, and just keep it pushing. And just keep it pushing so they look stupid, bro. Because the same people that will make fun of coming second twice in a row, 3 times in a row, are the same people that will be proud of the fact that they've been to 5 finals. If you've been to 5 finals and you've not won, if you've been to 5 finals and you've won only 2 of those 5 finals you've been in, then that means you're freaking a runner-up. Which is literally the same thing they are criticizing us for. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. My point is, I really wish we get to a point where our team becomes so fluid that you can't predict it. I want our team to get to a point where nobody is undroppable. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, on a day, you can't predict the starting lineup. Why? Because there's just so much chemistry and so much synergy between everyone, even the people on the pitch, on the bench, sorry. If today Saliba is fit and you just say Mosquera, now you're playing today, boom. Mosquera, Gabriel, nothing changes. Hinkampe, coming for Gabriel, boom, nothing changes. Do you get what I'm saying? Luis Kelly coming for Calafiori, Ben White, Timber, nothing changes. Kepa and Raya, nothing changes. Norgard and Zubimendi, imagine if nothing changes. Merino and Declan Rice, imagine if nothing changes, where everybody, obviously, things change in terms of like maybe the level could drop a bit, but I'm talking about going from a 10 to a 9. And this is what my team feels like. If you're telling me that our worst season ever, yeah, with our worst injury record ever, we're able to still come second. The rest of you see that anyway, see, it's fine. This is why in the end, everything just boils down to just winning trophies. But guess what? Guess what? Everybody's obsession with winning trophies. Arsenal are a 5-star rated team in EAFC. According to these man, Arteta needs to go if he's not won trophies. But Arteta has not won no major trophies, but he's highly regarded in the football world. The actual people that control the game, the actual people that have power in the game, rate him highly. But then your blood clot, stupid Twitter account, you think your opinion matters. But obviously, it's all opinions. It's an opinion-based sport. It's an opinions-based product. So it's just par for the course, right? It's just par for the course. It just is one of the things I would just have to expect when dealing with these men, right? So what I'm going to say is I can't wait till we get to a fluid point where we're able to do 4-4-2. There's no reason why we can't have Havertz and Gyökeres starting in the same team. Even Arteta confirmed that is a possibility. There's no reason we can't have Gabriel Jesus and Gyökeres. And then honorable mention Mikel Merino with the hat-trick hero Mikel Merino. You already know. Nah, what more can I say? What more can I say? This guy is clearly one of the best finishers in the world right now, and it is undoubted. And I'm so happy to have him, and I really cannot wait to see how Arteta uses the squad. If I want to rank all our strikers, I would say, based on just heritage, Gabriel Jesus is still number 1, and then Gyökeres, and then Havertz. But this is so funny because Havertz is the only one with the Champions League. You see why this trophies logic doesn't make sense? Because there's so many other things that are more important than trophies. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, hopefully we get to see more fluidity in our team in a point where we are not able to predict our starting lineup. This is what Guardiola had during them 100-point seasons. where you don't know who your front three are going to be, but then the standard still remains at is. Anyway, hope you guys are having a nice international break. Football resumes this weekend. Come on, Gunners! Let's wipe Nottingham Forest. Gyökeres hat trick. Come on, baby.